afternoon, everyone. It's still Sunday, and I took a little nap on the couch. It was nice. It was great. So now I feel refreshed, and we had some tacos for dinner. Excuse me. So I have my full tummy. I got a little sleep, and now I'm ready to get back to this box because I've been thinking about what I wanted to do next. And what we're going to do next is we're going to work with the memory wire. So we're going to make a cute necklace and a matching bracelet to go with it. And I think this is going to be a lot of fun. And we're also going to use both of these little guys. So I thought these were really cute, and I love that they're double-sided, which makes it easier in case it like flip-flops over. So it would be perfect for a memory wire bracelet. So with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and turn this around and we'll get going. Okay, everybody, I am back, and it was kind of funny. So when I said I was going to turn this around, I accidentally knocked my my phone off the thing that holds it to my light so I can record, and it fell onto my trays of beads, and it was a bead explosion. And I just spent the last, like, I don't know, 20 minutes trying to find every teeny tiny little bead, and I'm pretty sure I'm missing a lot of these. So we're gonna do what we can. That's all we can do. So I have, this is the stuff that we're using. So we have the bumpy rondelles, we have the bead leaf caps, we're using the citrine, we're using these little Malaysia jade, the little grapevine mix, and these two pendants or charms, whatever you want to call them. And so that's what we're using today. And now that I have everything all messed up, let me try to see if I can get my lights back to where they need to be. My goodness. All right, so we're going to be using the memory wire necklace and the memory wire bracelet metal. I have some sari silk for the necklace because we're going to use it. We're going to do like a tie back, and that way it will be, you know, easy like to put on and put off, or put on, take off. There we go. So that's what we're using today. So let's go ahead and let's make the necklace first. I want to really make the necklace first. So we're going to need a few of these, and we're going to need a few of these. We're going to need some of these, of course, and some of these, one of those charms, some of the bumpy rondelle spacers, and some of the bead caps. So there we go. So we have everything we need right now. And I also am going to need a jump ring. I'm gonna need a couple jump rings, so I'll just get a couple out while we're right here. So I probably don't need anything that's gonna be too big, but we need those. So we'll have one for the bracelet and one for the necklace. And so now I'm sorry if my lighting is off and my coloring is off and everything, you guys. I messed it right up. Let me see if I can make a difference here. I think that's gonna be good. Okay, so, and sorry for all the fuzz on my mat. I should have shaken it out or did something with it. Anyway, so we have our necklace, and like I said, we're going to use the sari silk on the back so that we can tie it onto ourselves. So the first thing I want to do is I want to just go ahead and bead on, because we're going to do it from the center out. And so I have my jump ring, and we're going to go ahead and put our charm right on first. Our pendant charm. There we go. And we can just hook that right on. You can slide it on, hook it on, whatever. I don't have anything. I don't have the ends rolled back yet, so we could do either or. All right. So there's that. And now we can just build around it. So the first thing I want to do is I want to take a couple of these little tiny ones, and we're just going to grab a couple little purple ones and put those on real quick. We're going to do one on either side of our necklace. And then let's go ahead and do some of the citrine with it followed up by a bead cap here and another citrine. And we can do the same thing on the other side. I really feel like I messed everything up on my my camera section because I had it like perfect where it needed to be, and I cannot believe I did that. Oh, so I was mad. I'm gonna say it just like it is. I was pretty mad in here, but it's okay. I'll sweep later and I'll find even more teeny tiny little beads, I'm sure. Okay, so we have our necklace started. Let's go ahead and put on one of these bumpy rondelles. One of these purple, a couple of these purple Malaysia jade beads. Let's do one here and another bumpy rondelle. Okay, and another purple one. And then we want to go ahead and we want to use some of these really pretty green, beautiful beads, these peridot and iris beads. I would say let's just do 3 of these guys. And let's put a bumpy rondelle after it. And then let's grab a couple of these little peachy colored ones. Let's do a peachy colored bead right after that. I'm really mad about those little tiny beads. I'm just gonna have to order a bunch more because Lord knows where they are. I mean, I'd have to like tear this whole room apart because I'm sure they went everywhere and they're probably like in things. And I mean, I think I found like half of them, but the little trays just went flying. And I'm like, oh my goodness, why? I was highly disappointed. Very, very disappointed. But it's okay. We're back and we're in business and we're good to go. All right, so that's what we have so far. And we definitely need to do some more of these beautiful citrine beads. I love these citrine beads. And we're gonna do some more bead caps, but we're gonna put these facing the other way. I have these facing in, I'm gonna have these facing out. So let's do a citrine bead, a bead cap, and let's do another citrine bead, then another bead cap, and the citrine bead. Yeah, I like that. It looks pretty. And then we can do right after that, let's pick out these like little light blue ones. One of those. And then let's go into this purple one, a little bumpy spacer, and another purple one. And then let's go ahead and go right into our green guys again. We're gonna do 3 of those. All right, so now let's catch up on this side. So we have our citrine beads, putting our bead caps on the opposite direction. Oh, come on. There we go. The colors in this bead are just amazing. Look at that. It's so pretty. I thoroughly enjoy taking a nap on my day off, let me tell you. Yesterday wore me out. I'm getting too old for all that. It just wore me out. Oh, but it was so nice. It was so, so nice. We need a little blue one. And then we did the purple, the bumpy spacer, and the purple. And then we follow that up with 3 green beads. There. That looks pretty. That looks really pretty so far. I like that. Okay, so next let's do some more of the citrine beads. I really love these. So we're gonna do it we're gonna do the bead caps the opposite direction this time. So we were going up, now we're gonna go down, just to give it a little extra interest. So many things you can do with your jewelry that will, like, you don't have to change a lot. You can just change how you use it, which is really cool. I love that about this business, about, you know, making jewelry, and you can just do so much with it. Okay, and then let's use these little green ones. We haven't used these yet, so let's do this little green guy. And then let's go right into our purple and our bumpy spacer and our purple. And then, of course, following right up with these really beautiful green beads. And then we can continue on to the other side. See where did I leave off? Oh yeah, here we go. You have to kind of remember where you left off. All right, so we have our citrine bead. There we go. Bead cap going down. And another citrine bead. Bead cap going down. And citrine. There we go. And then after that, we used one of these little teeny tiny green ones. And then we did our purple and our bumpy rondelle and our purple. And there we go. And then after that, we did our 3 green ones. All right, so we're getting close to the end of this necklace. We still have a little bit of beading to go, but I only want to bead to right about here because I want to trim a little bit off and roll it back. So let's go ahead and do this. My husband's talking to Cheeto. He says, how'd you get so handsome with such a small head? Oh my gosh, this family, I'm telling you, you guys. They keep me laughing. All right, so we're gonna end with our citrine bead on both sides, this time with the bead caps going up. And we'll end it with one little purple jade bead. Okay, let's do the same thing over here. Hold on 1 minute, because the kind of day I'm having, you know this will happen. There we go. Oh, I don't want to spill beads twice. All right. Going up. And our citrine bead. There we go. And our purple one. It looks like I might be able to do the purple, the rondelle, and the purple to end it, because we have just enough space here. Actually, I have more than enough space, so let's do that. Okay. All right. I feel like I don't want to trim that much off, but you know what? We're going to trim some of this off. Just push it off to the side. And I'm going to clip this on here real quick. There we go. So now that's not going to go anywhere. And let's just go ahead and trim some of this off. So let's trim off to right about here. That'll leave us plenty of room to make a loop. And I'm using my cutters that are for memory wire. They look a little bit different. If you have never worked with memory wire before, these are the kind of cutters you're going to want. They have like that little notch right here. If you use your regular cutters on it, it will destroy them. So you want to make sure you're getting these. And these are, it's called Beadative, and I believe I just got these at like Michael's or something years and years ago. And you can see there's no like notches taken out of my metal because these are meant for that. So they're definitely good to have. I didn't have them in the beginning because I didn't know, and then when I saw a video that says you need those, I was like, oh, okay, that explains why I'm going through cutters like crazy. And that was like a long time ago. All right, so now we're just gonna roll this back. And I'm trying to use the widest part of my round nose pliers. And I rolled it, this is something I learned from somebody. If you roll it past, it's easier to line that up. So you roll your loop past this wire here, and it can just be just a tiny little bit, it doesn't have to be much, but then it's much easier to line that up. So then you can just pull it back out just a tiny bit and just have it sitting right where you need it to be. You can always fiddle around with it and until you get it exactly how you want it. And there we go. So there's my loop for that. All right, so now we can make sure that the rest of this is down all the way, that gravity did what it's supposed to. And it did. And we can do the same thing over here. You don't need to trim off too much, probably just about, probably about maybe like a finger's width. So right about here. Okay. And then we're going to do the same thing on this side and the loop going in the same direction. So I'm going to get it down here. I'm just going to turn and turn and then turn it past. And then just bring it back out just a little bit and set it on top of that, our wire. And like I said, you can play around with it till you get it exactly shaped the way you want it to. It just takes a little tweaking sometimes. It's not always, doesn't always come out exactly the way you wanted it to. All right, so there we go. We got our loops and everything else there. So let me just go ahead and chuck these in their containers real quick here. And we can put our ribbon on. I just don't want to send all this stuff flying again. That's all. All right, so let me just scoop it off to the side. Okay. All right, so we got that. And now what I have is I have 2 lengths of this sari silk. I'll measure it for you real quick here. Get my tape measure. So for this I am using 2 pieces, and I did not rip them down the center in half, and they're 20 inches long each. So that's going to give me enough room to knot them and to tie a bow behind my neck too. So it'll be perfect. All right, so don't know if I made my loops big enough, but we'll try it and see. If not, I have a plan B. You know what? Let's do plan B anyway. So if you had big loops, you could just hook them through there. If you don't, well, then there's always ribbon ends. Ribbon ends are great because they will make it smaller for you. I wonder if I have any of the really small ones. It's the round ones here. Oh, let's go ahead and use those. So we have our ribbon ends, and I'm just going to fold these raw ends in just like that. I'm going to make them small enough to fit inside my ribbon end. That way it's not squished out the side of it or anything like that, and it'll fit right on here really nice. And you just put your ribbon or your sari silk inside, and you can start it with your fingers to get it slowly and lined up. And once you get it where you want it, you can use your pliers just to gently smash it down, and it's not going anywhere. And then you have this nice little loop that you can hook on to whatever you need to hook on to. So there's that one. And then we'll do the same thing with this. We're gonna fold those raw ends in like so. Get that in there. Okay, just like that. So now you have a nice smooth edge. And let's go ahead and put our ribbon end on. If you guys are wondering, these are available in most online bead locations. I do get mine in bulk from Amazon. They have all the colors, they have all the sizes, and they're really good. So Amazon's great for a lot of this stuff. All right, so there we go. So now let's go ahead. We can either just hook it right onto our little loops here, or we can go ahead and, I think my loops are a little off. They are. You know what? We can fix that because that's going to bother me a little bit. Let's make this one smaller. So I'm just going to trim a little bit off here, not much. And then just go back in and fix that loop. At least to get it a little bit closer. There we go. It's better. It's a little bit closer. It's still not exactly the same, but that's okay. It's gonna be on the back of my head, and there's gonna be ribbon, so it doesn't really matter. All right, so we have that, and then I want to use a couple jump rings to hook this on just to give it a little more like wiggleability. Wiggleability is the word that I just made up today. So use it freely. You're allowed to. We can use whatever words we want. So I know I have one friend out there who's going to question wiggleability. And Teresa, I'm talking to you because you know you will question my word. She also helps me out with pronunciation. She probably is cracking up anytime I mispronounce a word because she'll send me like a message after she's watched a video with a really good like pronunciation of the word, like how to say it. Like I had a hard time saying Swarovski. Guess what? Guess what I just said? Swarovski, because she sent me like the phonics edition for the word. Oh. So anyway, Teresa, wiggleability is a word I made up just for you. I hope you enjoy it. Okay, so here we go. We got our jump rings on, we got our ribbons on, and we're gonna go ahead and tie our ribbon so we can see what the finished product looks like here. And don't worry, I will try it on at the end too so you can see what it looks like on. But let's just go ahead and tie like a little bow just so you can see the little bow tied up. And you can make the bow part as small or as big as you want. If you want extra ribbon to like kind of hang down over your top, that would be really cute too. But just to tie like a quick bow, like so. Really cute. That turned out darling. So there is our memory wire necklace. I hope you guys like that. I hope you enjoy that. So now let's go ahead and get everything ready for our bracelet. I'm going to shake off my mat and I'll get everything set up for that. I'll be right back. Okay, I cut It's 3 complete loops, or 2 complete loops and 2 half loops to make this bracelet. So you can just either, if you want, just guess how much you want, but I always try to do the ends kind of somewhere close together, even maybe overlapping at sometimes. But with this one, I don't need it to be super big. I do have the beads here. I have more beads on standby as I run low, but we're going to just bead this one kind of randomly. So I'm going to go ahead and actually close off one end of my bracelet. And now if you do them out or in your loops, it's up to you. I like to do them out. Often I will put a little dangle on the little end that's sticking out. So, but it's totally up to you on how you like to do it. And the one thing is just making sure you have it closed completely here, because if you use a little tiny bead at the end, it will just sneak its way under that loop and kind of throw your whole bracelet off, or even break your bead. So, sorry, I need a drink. My throat's dry today. Probably from all the talking yesterday. Excuse me. Sorry. Excuse me. Goodness. All right. So now we have that. Now let's go ahead and we can just start beading. I do have my charm over here with the jump ring, but we're gonna wait till we get about halfway through before we go ahead and put that on. So I want to start with some of these, and I'm just picking up colors randomly. As a matter of fact, let me get more of those out so I have more color options here. There we go. And we're just going to put on, I don't know, let's do like 4 of these. Oh, come on. There we go. And then let's go ahead and just like grab one, you know, of like different colors so that I don't have the same colors sitting by each other. And then we can just feed that through. There we go. And then let's do a couple of these purple ones with a little rondelle in between, and a couple more. So we're gonna have kind of a pattern, but it's gonna be kind of a random pattern. It'll be very similar to what we did, but like with these little tiny beads, I'm not gonna match those up or anything like that. I just want them to be whatever they are, whatever I end up grabbing. All right, so then next let's go ahead and do our citrine. So let's grab this little bead cap and let's put him facing like if he was going up, or the leaves pointing to my left. And then let's grab a citrine bead and another bead cap. Go in that same direction. Another citrine bead. And another bead cap. So we're using 3 bead caps and 3 citrine beads here. See, show you. There we go. So like that. And then let's go back to some of these tiny ones. So let's just grab 4 of these, and let's just pick random colors, but no 2 colors beside each other. Let's do it that way. Okay, and then let's do some of our green ones. We can just do 3 of these in a row. These are so pretty. So now this is what we have so far. Very cute. And then after that, let's go right into these little purple ones. We'll do 2 purple, a bumpy spacer, and 2 more purple. And then we'll go back into our citrine beads again. All right, let's get that scooted down. Stuck. We're stuck. There we go. Just scoot that down to the bottom. And we're stuck again. There we go. All right, so we got half of one of our rings done down at the bottom. All right, so let's do the citrine ones. This time we're gonna start with the bead. And we're gonna go opposite to what we did last time. So we're gonna do the leaves facing towards my right this time. Leaves don't always fall in the same place or lay in the same pattern, so that's why we're doing it this way. And now we're only using 2 instead of the 3. So it'll just leave another visual interest there for us with those bead caps. All right, there we go. And now let's do 4 more of these little tiny ones. So I'm just grabbing 4 more colors. Let's do this green. These little tiny ones are like little teeny tiny little flowers popping up. Little blooms. Okay, scoot them down. Doing this reminds me of those things that you'd have in school, those abacus. Like, we never actually used them for math because, you know, we were beyond that even when I was in kindergarten. But, you know, people use them to do math. I think I said the word right. If I said the word right, I'm going to be shocked because I don't normally say words right. So let's, let me know if I said abacus correctly. All right. Teresa, did I say it right? Okay, so we got that. And then let's do our purple ones. So we have 2 purple, a rondelle, and 2 purple. And then we can do our citrine, and we're gonna start with the bead cap first. So the leaves are gonna point to the left. And we're going to be using 3 of the bead caps on this little bunch. I really like that I've been using memory wire more ever since I've been doing videos because I think they're so fun to make, and I think I just honestly forgot about making them for like this whole time until I started doing this. And I'm like, you know, one of the things when I was learning I really love to do, even now I still love to do, but especially when I was learning, is to make memory wire bracelets. It was so easy and so, you know, fun to do, and everybody liked them, including myself. Plus it's a one-size-fits-all type of deal. You don't have to worry about knowing someone's size of their wrist, and you know, it's like perfect. So Cheeto went to the vet on Friday to get his like little checkup. He's 14.5 pounds, you guys. 14.5 pounds. He's a big boy. And he's, you know, he really is just so cute. I love that little guy so much. I love all my animals, but he's just the sweetest. The way he talks to you and everything. I wish you could all meet him. I want you all to meet him. He's just so cute. And he's got the softest fur. I have never had a cat with such soft fur. I mean, it's like melted butter. It's ridiculous. His fur is just so silky. And it's so thick. He's got the thickest fur. I still remember when I brought him home when he was a baby. He was just, my daughter had gotten him, and I had met her in Grand Rapids. You know, I did the adoption, but she was closer to where I adopted it from, and the lady knew her. So it made it really easy for me to get him. He had his little neutering, and I went and met her and picked him up. He was still kind of sleepy from that, and I had him in his little soft carrier, and he was sleeping in the front seat, and I had him all buckled in, and I had the little seat heater on so he could stay warm. And I had I'd put my hand in there every little bit and just pet him. And he was just so cute, so little. All right, so now this time we're doing 3 bead caps, and the leaves are going to be facing, 2 bead caps, and leaves are going to be facing to the right. So we're going to start with our citrine bead, and then our bead cap, our citrine bead, and bead cap, and our bead. Perfect. Okay, so this is fun. So now a lot of it's gonna just line up with each other, which I like. It kind of makes it's not gonna be perfectly lined up with each other, but it kind of lines up with what you have underneath it, which in my mind makes it really cool looking. It just looks really cool. So let's do some more of our tiny ones here. Our little teeny weenies. Okay, and then we can do our green ones. We have 3 of them. All right, so where are we? We're about halfway through, so that's perfect. Let's go ahead and put our little guy on here, a little tree. It's gonna be kind of a big charm on a bracelet, but it will look cute. I wonder if I should put it on the top one. You know what? We're not gonna put that right there. We're gonna end up putting it on the top one. You know what? We can hang it when we're done. We won't even worry about it right now. We're just gonna hang it when we're done, because who knows? I might change my mind where I want it again. All right, so let's do our purples and our bumpy spacer and our purples. There we go. All right, and then we have some more citrine and bead caps. This time we're gonna do 3, and we need to have the leaves facing to the left. So there's 1, and then our bead. Maybe, there we go. And another 1, and our bead. And 1 more. And a bead. Okay, we're getting there. All right, so then next we have our little teeny tinies again. So let's just grab some more teeny tinies. Do a purple, these little peach colored ones. Let's do a white, and let's do a blue. All right, and then our 3 green ones. 2 and 3. Whoops. There we go. And then grab more of my purple beads. And we are going to need 2 of these and a bumpy rondelle. Oops, I said 2 of those, not 1. 2 of those. Oops. Goodness. So it was really great. Yesterday I got to meet Devin's mom and dad and some of her family, and they are all so nice too, just as nice as she is. All right, so we're going to use 3 beads, 2 of the bead caps. So we're going to start with our bead. And Devin's mom, her name is Leslie. She said to me, she says, so I come up there often to visit Devin and Jacob, and she says, if would you want to get together sometime and go have dinner and we can get to know each other? I'm like, yeah, that would be wonderful. So I'm really excited about that. That's going to be so nice. So I'm looking forward to that, and I need to do that more often, just kind of go do things. And I'm used to just being home a lot when I'm not at work. but I need to venture out and do more things. I get kind of put in the same, what am I trying to say? Like, I have the same thing going on all the time. And it's my comfort zone. And I like being in my comfort zone when I have like a routine in my life. But I also know that for someone like me who can get overboard with their routine, it causes me some major anxiety if I have to break my routine without notice. Okay. So, or even with notice, if I don't, like, it'll give me anxiety. Like, if I know that I used to always just say Saturday was cleaning house day, because that's how it's been my entire life. Anyone else who has grown up with Saturday being your house cleaning day, let me know. It just seemed like that's what it was. Everyone pitched in and helped. And, you had to help if you wanted to go do things or if you wanted an allowance, if you got an allowance, it's just the way it was. So it's been ingrained in my head that, you really can't do anything any other day except for Saturday. That's the day you clean. So now, after it had caused me some major turmoil after, like the COVID shutdown, like when we were all like trapped in our homes for a long time, my routine got really, like much stronger, and it ended up actually causing me some quite severe anxiety and even some issues with my husband, because, he didn't understand what was going on with me, and I couldn't voice to him properly what was going on with me, why I was getting so worked up, over my routine being broken. And it's because I get in these routines, and the minute something messes with it, it really messes me up. And so now I don't designate any day as cleaning day. I do it as I see it or as I need to. And it has made my life a lot better, I just have to say. So now this is the one where we're going to use the 3 bead caps. So we're going to have our leaves pointing towards my left. All right. And we are almost done with this little project, you guys. Oops. If I don't mess it up. I like how when I start to make a mistake and I catch it and I fix it, there's always one person in the comments saying, "Oh, I was hoping you would go back and fix that mistake." Oh my gosh, it's so funny. I love it. Okay, so there's our bead caps and our citrine. So now we can do 3 more of the teenies. There we are. And we're getting somewhere. This is looking really cute. All right. Oops, I lost one of my teenies. Where did it go? Try that again. All right, and our purple with the rondelle. And our green ones. These are so pretty. I just love these. I can't get enough of these green ones. I think I'm gonna have to buy more of those because I don't have a ton of them left and I love them. Love, 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 love them. All right, so now we're gonna do 2 bead caps. So we're gonna start with our bead and we're gonna have the bead cap leaves facing towards the right. Oops. And somewhere. Okay, and now we can do some more of these little babies. I love it when they include little teeny tiny beads in their bead box. It's like, oh yay, I love that. All right, so now we need some more purple. Just a couple more there. And we are almost done. And we're gonna bead right up to the end here to, you know, where I leave just a small spot for our loop. I think we started with the little teeny tiny ones, didn't we, on this side? Yes. So we're gonna be ending with the purple one. So this is where we're gonna end right here. And now I just wanna make sure this is all like, you know, put down there. And now we can trim off what we don't need. Okay. I wonder if any of the beads landed in my little trash container. No, that'd be too perfect. Okay. All right, so now let's go ahead and maybe I still have too much. Maybe just trim off a teeny tiny little bit more. Come on, let go. Just a teeny tiny. There we go. Okay. And now let's do this loop facing out too, just like the other one. Just like that. Perfect. All right, so now we have our loops done. So there's our loops. And now we can find a spot where we want to hang our tree of life. And I'm thinking that I would like to hang it right about here. So let's go ahead and do this little tree of life guy right in between this purple and my little teeny tiny purple bead. Goodness, I have to use a bigger jump ring. I wasn't sure exactly where I wanted it, so that's why I waited. Wanted to make sure. All right, so there's that. Okay, just hook him on real quick. There we go. All right, and then let's close that up. Like so. And then here's our little tree of life bracelet. And now we can do a dangle on our little loops here. So let me just real quick grab little head pins. All right, so I need 2 of them. Bent. There we go. And let's do the little purple ones at the bottom and put our little green one here, and let's just make that our little loop. So I wonder if I can do a wrap loop with this. Oh yeah, it's soft enough. Okay, so to do a wrap loop, I put my pliers right here on top of the bead, and I just push the wire over. And then flip that around and bring the wire up and over the top of my pliers and then under after I twist my wrist back. All right, so there we go. It's the start, and we're just going to wrap it right onto our loop. I don't like to undo these loops a lot on memory wire because once you undo it, it feels like you can't get it back to the way you needed it to be. So I like to rather just put something right on here. So we're gonna hang these right on, grab my bent pliers so I can get a good grip on my loop, and then grab my chain nose pliers and just slowly do a wrap around our head pin. And it doesn't have to be a thick wrap, it just needs to be enough to hold the beads on, just like that. And then we can trim that off with our cutters. And get in there. Oh my goodness. There we go. I almost feel like I need to wear safety goggles when I'm doing this. I do have glasses on, so that counts. All right. And then let's just squish down our little end here so it doesn't snag anyone's clothes or my clothes or cut anybody. There we go. All right, so there's that one. And then let's do one more. And we'll do the purple again with the green. Oops. And then we're gonna try these on and see how they look. It's usually my favorite part of the day. I need to get to see what it looks like when it's all done and what it looks like on me. Okay, so let's get him strung on here. And you definitely do not need to do these little dangles on the ends. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. If I feel like the ends need to be dressed up a little bit or whatever, then I do. But a lot of times I just don't. I don't put anything on there, or I'll put one single charm. But every now and then I just like to put, you know, the full-on dangle experience together. So here we go. Just wrap that around. Again, you don't have to do too many wraps. You want just enough to hold it on, especially if you're using like a thicker head pin like I am right now. It's kind of hard to get them to wrap that well, but these were close by and I didn't want to make you guys like wait for me as I went and dug them out. Boy, these are really sturdy head pins, you guys. Oh my goodness. These came from Beadbox Bargains, by the way. If you want some good sturdy stainless steel head pins. Man, those are good. Okay. All right, so now we have our little bracelet and we have our necklace. I'm gonna clean this up and we'll get this tried on. Right back. Okay everyone, I'm back. So I got the necklace on and it's really cute. It's like choker style, but you can loosen up on the ribbon in the back to make it hang just a little bit more. I put my hair up so you could see it better. I did tie some of my hair into the bow. It just happens. But here, let me show you the back so you can see what that looks like. So there's the back of it. And I think that turned out really cute. And then here is our bracelet with our little Tree of Life pendant hanging from it. I like the larger pendant on the memory wire. It just kind of seems to go with it. Just very fun and just beautiful. So I hope you like this little set. I think it looks really cute. Again, kudos to Beadbox Bargains, Bargain Beadbox for making such an amazing subscription. I really appreciate it. There's always so many great things to make in the box, and when I'm done using this box this month, I will do like I did in the previous months, and I'll do a little showcase at the end of our very last Bargain Beadbox video. So if you want to sign up for our Bargain Beadbox, excuse me, you can click on the link in our show notes. You can enter Jody2 at checkout and you'll save $2 off your first month. If you don't want to dive into the subscription yet, but you would like to still use my promo code, good news, you can go to beadboxbargains.com, which is their sister store, and shop, use that promo code Jody2 and save $2 on your total purchase. I do highly recommend the subscription. You do get a 30% off coupon code that you can use all month long. It's not a one-time use. You can use it all month long. If you want to order something every day, you can use that promo code every single day and you'll save 30% on your purchase, your entire purchase. It does exclude some sales, but they will let you know that whether or not it excludes the sales. But a lot of times when they're doing like the, I like to use it when they're doing the free items, to where you're ordering so many and you get so much, and you get this for free or this for free, and use it on top of that. And it's like, it's golden. I'm telling you, it's fun. It's amazing. And I don't know if you've been online to their shop, and most of you probably have, but they do have so many great things. And I buy a lot of my stuff from there. So Anyway, that's all I've got to say, and I'm gonna let you guys have the rest of your Sunday. I'm gonna go lounge on the couch some more, I think, and catch up with my husband. All right, love you all so much. Have a great weekend. Bye.